stars are made every Friday, there's one man who ruled all of filmdom for over 6 decades. We're talking about Dilip Kumar, and here tonight on special edition of E! Now, we're coming to you straight from the launch of the legend's eagerly awaited autobiography, where the biggest names of Tinseltown have a role to play.
The who's who of Bollywood have come down to celebrate the life and work of the legend Dilip Kumar. The red carpet was buzzing with the biggest industry names.
Dilip Saab has been a legend, and today there's a book about his life and his times and how he dealt with his roles, and I'm very much looking forward to read the book. Pretty new, and I had done a film called Izzatdar with him. And before that, when he was working on Karma, I had watched him from a distance while he was working, and it was wonderful. It was just a different feeling.
फॉन्डेस्ट मेमोरी ऑफ दिलीप साहब हैज़ बिन जब उनके घर पे मैं उनके साथ बैठी हूँ और वो अपनी फ़िल्मों के और अपनी फ़िल्मों में काम करते हुए दिनों के बारे में मुझे बता रहे थे. आई थिंक दैट हैज़ बिन वन ऑफ माई फॉन्डेस्ट मेमोरीज विद हिम. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट दिलीप साहब, यू नो व्हाट लेजेंड्स आर अबाउट, एंड आई एम वेरी फॉर्चुनेट दैट इन माई लाइफ टाइम आई कुड स्पेंड सो मच टाइम विद हिम.
My father and him were very close. He was my father's hero, and so he's a bigger hero for me. On my most important days, he was there. He was there for the premiere of my first film. He was there for my wedding. So I think for me, him being there for all the important functions for me, and I'm here to be part of this function means a lot. Everything through his perspective. Whatever we know about Dilip Saab is through stories what other people say, but I think it's time to know it through the horse's mouth, and it's time to know what he felt about things and what his struggles were, how he dealt with stardom, how he worked with his colleague, what are his thoughts. I think it'd be extremely exciting to know all these things.
Dilip uncle is an extremely special person to every member of our family, because for me he is definitely a star, and he's a legend, and we are very fortunate to have him amongst us, but for our family he has been more than that, and I always say and see him as a surrogate father, and we've grown up in the same neighborhood. He's been an immediate neighbor, Saira auntie and Dilip uncle, so I guess whenever we need advice or some sort of problem, we are running to him. So I think for me, he's a very, very special person.
Mr. Bachchan, firstly, thank you so much for doing this, for taking the time out to do this. My first question really, when I say Dilip Kumar, the Dilip Kumar, what is the first thought that comes to your mind?
To me, he's been an idol. The best that we've ever had. I've admired him and his work for ever since I was conscious of what film acting was all about, and a great source of inspiration, and just really have no words to describe a person of his grace, of his talent, of his position in the film industry, but truly the greatest that we've had.
The first time you worked with him and when he was on set and you had to probably deliver a dialogue or just having him around, do you remember those experiences?
Yes, I do. I was in jail. The scene was in the jail. I was sitting down. He had to come down. And you know that it is a father and son story, a son that has gone astray. And the father, who is in the police force, has come to have a word with him, and he actually had to sit down by me and deliver his lines. And it was almost a tongue-tied moment for me, because it was... these are things that are unimaginable, and it really cannot be explained. For someone that you have admired and adored and, you know, looked up as an idol, you're in awe of this person, and suddenly you're in the same frame and working with him. It's a very difficult experience, and very difficult to describe what those moments are. Actually, much before that, for the Muhurat of the film, Shakti, was the first time when we exchanged dialogues with each other, as in performing.
Right.
And that too was extremely exciting.
Before that, had you already developed some kind of a relationship, like you'd met him, and you know, so you weren't really nervous?
Yes, of course. From the time that I joined the film industry, there were many occasions when I met him, and but had never had the opportunity to work with him. But yes, meeting him and you know, exchanging pleasantries and sharing many thoughts and views. He was always very considerate, very accommodating. I remember there were moments when we would be in the same city shooting, like in Bengaluru, for example, or Bangalore when it was called, and I was shooting for another film, and we would go across to his hotel, and we would sit, and he would narrate all his experiences, and it was just an amazing feeling just to be sitting on the floor by his side and listening to him. There were times when, you know, Salim Javed were at my house, and we were, you know, just spending an evening together or a night together, and suddenly at about 1 or 2 o'clock at night, he said, we felt that we should go and meet Mr. Dilip Kumar. I said, no, this is not the time to go and meet him. But we just got into the car, and we drove off, and I think it was very late, about 2 o'clock at night, unannounced. We just landed up there. And just
at 2 a.m. in the morning.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
And just told the staff down there, who were quite amazed to see us, that, you know, we just want to meet Dilip Saab.
And how did you receive
very
him?
sportingly, he came down. He was asleep, but he came down. He took us into his drawing room, and we sat, and he just talked. He said, we just wanted to meet you and talk to you. So, and for hours, till about 3 or 4 in the morning, we just sat and talked to him. These are things that you never forget.
Mr. Bachchan, you know, if you ask any actor of this generation, he probably turn around and say that, you know, his inspiration, his role model is Amitabh Bachchan. But here you are telling us, you know, Dilip Saab was your inspiration. I want to know, before you got into acting, or maybe even after you got into acting, how did Dilip Saab inspire your work? Was there any inspiration in the acting? Or, you know, how did he really inspire your work, your career?
Well, you know, when you're younger, you are unable to actually fathom what good acting or bad acting is.
Correct.
You identify more with the character that is playing the role, and therefore, if he's doing something heroic and something good, if he's, you know, getting rid of villains or singing a beautiful song, there's an automatic attraction to that person. So in that respect, every leading man that we saw at that point in time was very attractive to us. But I think it is only later, as you mature and you begin to decipher what is good acting or what is a good performance, that I started to realize his greatness. And there was I don't know how others describe it, but I felt that there was no other way for that particular dialogue or scene to be enacted when Dilip Kumar enacted it. I could not find another way for it to be enacted. It was just perfect for me.
Mr. Bachchan, I have one last question. How do you think, in a nutshell, if you had to describe, we're here today on the occasion of his book launch, which is going to obviously be a huge ode to the man. I want to understand, in Amitabh Bachchan's words, if you had to describe what is Dilip Kumar's contribution to the Indian film industry, to Indian cinema, what would that be?
History of Indian cinema will be before Dilip Kumar and after Dilip Kumar.
Wow.
I've always said that on many occasions, but I'll just repeat that.
We're at Dilip Saab's book launch, and joining me right now is Aamir Khan. Aamir, you're going to be part of the event. You're going to be part of the entire ceremony. Tell me, doing this for someone like Dilip Saab, what are the emotions going through your mind right now?
It's an honor. I have to say it's an honor. I mean, I'm so glad that I'm part of this event, and that I could be, a small part of this event is something so special to me because I've been a huge, huge fan of Yusuf Saab. I've watched his films over and over again. And as a growing child, I've watched his films, and his work has been a very big influence on me. Very big influence on me. And I feel that, each time I watch his films, even the ones that I've seen a number of times, each time I see his film again, I feel that I'm just discovering him again.
Aamir, you grew up in Bandra, Pali. Dilip Saab's house is right around the corner from your house. And would I be right in saying that, when you're growing up here, a sighting of Dilip Saab would be kind of, something that...
Yeah, it used to be a big thing. I mean, we were all, I lived very close to his house all my life. So to spot him pass by in a car used to be a major excitement for all of us, and for me especially. And I remember the first time I met him was at Nasir Saab's house. He had come for lunch. And I was just tongue-tied. I couldn't say a thing to him. I couldn't even go up to him. Yeah.
I was having a chat with Mr. Bachchan earlier about, his memories of Dilip Saab and, what Dilip Saab meant to him. And he said that there were times he would just go up to his place and just want to hear him talk. Have you had experiences like this, where you've just gone up to Dilip Saab's house or sat with him for hours and he's recounted memories? And
Yes, a number of times. I mean, a number of times I've taken the liberty, I would say, of dropping in at his house to spend some time with him and with Saira Appa. And they've both been extremely gracious and welcoming to me, and given me so much love, which I'm most grateful for. But I've done that a number of times, yes. And he's always also been a big sports enthusiast. So I've dropped into the house when he's watching cricket, and yeah.
Aamir, I also want to know, everyone has a Dilip Kumar favorite film. What is Aamir Khan's favorite Dilip Kumar film?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's.
Actually, Mr. Bachchan said Ganga Jamuna.
Well, for me, it's a fight between Mughal-e-Azam, Ganga Jamna, and Andaz. Andaz, Mehboob Saab's Andaz, K. Asif's Mughal-e-Azam, and these three films. I think I don't know which way I can pick from these three.
For everyone, there's an idol, there's an inspiration, there's an acting inspiration. Has Dilip Kumar been your inspiration? As in what way has he influenced your career? In what way has he influenced your acting, or has he at all?
Yeah, I'm sure he has. I don't know in what particular definitive way, but I've loved his work, and I've grown up watching his work. So I'm sure that his work has had a big effect on my work, and has been a big influence on my work. I'm not able to precisely put in words, perhaps in what particular way. But he's one of the first. He's in fact the first actor to, in India who completely changed the way acting was looked at, and came out with such a natural style of performance, so realistic and natural, and still very, very effective, and real and larger than life at the same time.
My last question, when I was talking to Mr. Bachchan again, to quote him, he said when history of Indian cinema is written, it will be written in two parts, before Dilip Kumar and after Dilip Kumar. I want to ask Aamir Khan how he would describe Dilip Kumar's effect on Indian cinema.
Well, I think he's been a huge influence on the acting, certainly, in Indian cinema. Did someone call out to him? So he's been a huge influence, I think, on the acting. And I think Amitji is totally right when he says that it will be described as the time before Dilip Kumar and the time after Dilip Kumar. Because I think with him coming in, the kind of style of acting changed dramatically.
I had known of certain instances which propelled me to persuade him that please, you do write all this, But when we got into the process of the narration, then I got to know so many things that were revealed to me which were amazing and which were so beautiful. So that's how I'm really happy that we did this, and people and his admirers can get to have an insight into his great journey into life as a young man and as a child actually, and a child who later on traversed and traveled to Deolali later on, and from there to Mumbai. He has had such a huge, beautiful, stretch of life wherein this journey has been, bedecked and I would say jeweled with lovely instances. I think that it probably could be best described that if I try to contain maybe the samundar, maybe a sea into a little teacup. This is the kind of effort that we have made, that we've tried to put so much into a book that's only this many pages. But I think it's been a very good effort because we have very special moments and we have very beautiful instances. I think there's so many things in it which are very new to the audience, particularly the childhood portion. All that used to happen in Peshawar as a child, the kind of scenes that he has seen in Peshawar, the ambience, and the growing up years, which is just a novelty. It's something so new. Ekdam nayapan hai usme, nobody knows that. I enjoyed reading that very much, and while we were putting it down for him. And then of course, something which is very close to my own heart, which is my own story with him, which he's never spoken about. He's a man, as I said, who's a very low profile man. And he's not a person who's going to be talking about his private life. He has never spoken about us together, about our marriage. Always you would hear about me talking about our marriage, me mentioning how crazy I've been about him ever since I was a young girl. But he, for the first time, has spoken about it, the actuality, because at that time also and after, there have been so many stories floating around, as is, I suppose, the habit of people, to say that this had happened and this had happened and this is how it's happened. So for the first time, people are going to know from him how it actually happened. So that's something very close to my heart, which I like. You were asking me about my favorites. So naturally, this would be one of my favorite chapters.
Once it was decided that I would be writing this narration, Dilip Saab and I used to sit whenever he felt like it. We would sit in the house, we would sit at the Authors Club, we would sit at CCI, we would sit, Saira and he would take me for a drive with them. It would be any time that he felt like talking that, I would be all ears, I would be listening to him. Maybe the tape recorder would be on, and if he didn't want the tape recorder, we kept the tape recorder away. But fortunately, by God's grace, I have a very good memory. I could retain it, what he was talking. So the accumulation of the material was what took a long time. All his narrations were, outstanding, I could listen to him spellbound. And he talked about Peshawar, where he grew up as a child, and when he talked about his mother, his grandmother, and the atmosphere of the house, it was beautiful. It was as if I was in Peshawar with him. His descriptions were so so vivid, so captivating, so I could listen to him for hours together. This is a very inspiring story. The inspiring story is that the young man whose father is a very successful fruit merchant comes to a studio, and the boss of the studio, Devika Rani, sees him, and the first question she asks him is that, why don't you become an actor? Actually, he had gone there for some other purpose, and this is the question that she is asking him, why don't you become an actor? And he's taken aback because he knew nothing about acting, he knew nothing about cinema, And here he was in front of the lady and she's asking him, do you know Urdu very well? He said, yes, I'm very conversant in Urdu. And the next question is, why don't you become an actor? So that moment is, is the moment that changed his life completely. It overturned him.